Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to Aston Villa Raise the Holte season 2019-20. I think we're up to episode 24 now. As you can see, we've done pre-season. Things have gone pretty well. We were pretty dominant. Awesome game against Dortmund 4-4. Some good results, beating Benfica and Hamburg with clean sheets. You can see defense has worked out well. So I'm pretty confident coming into this season. Now, obviously, last year we ended up 7th. Unfortunately, West Ham beat Manchester United in the FA Cup final, so we don't get Europe. I just cannot believe West Ham could do that to us. But that's okay. We will power on through this year. So we have Bournemouth today. Now, obviously, transfer window has closed. Brexit has happened as well. Got to say that didn't really affect us too badly. 13 foreign players of a 25-man squad is quite a chunk, so we've managed okay. And I've had a change of heart into how we're going to approach this. If we look at the finances, you can see we have a transfer budget of 30 million. It was originally 46. We're not going to be able to buy our way into the Champions League with 50 million pounds a season. It's just not going to happen. That's one player, not even, that's of that quality. So I've had a rethink, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and going to do like the class of 92 kind of thing, because we do have quite a few good youngsters coming up in their youth teams. If we have a look here, you can see we have Ryan Mitchell, who's a very good up-and-coming defender. He's in the senior team. He's one of our signings that we'll get to in a second. But you can see here we have McConaughey, we have Joe Joyce, we have David Dixon, we have Sean Baker, we have Aaron Priestley, who could be good. We obviously have, where is he down here, Matty Molyneux. We have quite a few good young players. So with that in mind, and realizing that we just aren't going to be able to buy our way in, we're going to try and give the youngsters a go, build a team with them, and buy in the very good players. So as you can see, we've done a little bit of transfer business, 2 big ticket items. We'll start here with Matty Smith. We got him from Manchester City. He's 19, he's a young prospect. Has the potential to, I think did he have 4-star potential? 3.5, 4-star potential. So again, he's one for the future, but I think for £20,000 we can't really go wrong. Joe Coleman, we have brought in as a backup goalkeeper. He's just a free transfer. You can see there, very adequate as a backup. Wouldn't want to be starting him for too many games, but as a backup, quite happy with him. And the other one we've had to bring on loan is Rob Elliott, again a goalkeeper, because Golini has fractured his skull. Last year we lost Wilson with a broken ankle. This year we've lost Golini with a broken head. But you can see Rob Elliott's going to do fine for us as a first choice keeper. We've got him for 6 months, at which point Golini will be back. So he will cover in nicely, and it just means we don't have to play Coleman as the starting goalkeeper. Now for the big ticket items, I'd like to introduce Conrad Lema. He is ultimately looking to be the long-term replacement for Mile Jedinak. You can see here work rate and teamwork's really good. Stamina, pace, natural fitness, aggression, anticipation, bravery. He has everything that you need. Good tackling, sort of be that ball-winning, holding midfielder in the centre of the park. He's only 22. We paid 10 mil for him, 10.25 mil going up. I'm sure that's if we win Champions League or something stupid. So really happy to get him in from Red Bull Leipzig. So that was a good one. And the other big ticket was, we see here, Rick Van Drongelen. You can see we spent 19 million going up to 29 million. This guy here, 20 years old. You can see very good potential. But he is a quality defender right now. Good pace, good jumping, tackling, marking, everything for a 20-year-old is quite good. We can see he's already made his international debut. So he is one of those, he's a big money signing that we've bought for the future that we can build around. Now we have a look at the outs. You can see it's pretty much just a bit of window cleaning. Jose Zar, he wanted to leave, he wanted to play. We weren't going to give him that opportunity. So we got him out. You see there, just under 600,000 going up to 725. I got a buyback option, so I think we can buy him back for 2.5 million at some point if we want to, if he does become really good. But 26, I don't see him being that, and he's on 42 grand a week at Bristol City, so good luck to him really. We sent a couple out on loan. Harry McCurdy was just a young guy that wasn't going to make it for us, so we've sold him. Bjornsson, we've got rid of him. He had that won the goal of the season nominee, but we've got rid of him for to Burnley. We got 3.5 for him. He was on pretty big wages, 30 grand a week, so he's just holding back one of the young guys, so we got rid of him. Khalid Abdo is just another young guy we've sold. We got rid of Snodgrass. We have so many wide players, we just weren't going to use him. Again, he was on big wages, so we got him out to West Brom. Richie Delat, another one. Someone re-signed his contract just as a backup. We didn't really need him. When I looked at the team that we had, didn't really need him, so we've got him out the door as well for 2.1, and then just a couple of young guys out on loan. If we look back to the end of last season, you can see the wage bill is just absolutely been shattered. It's not going to show it, is it? Terry's gone, Hutton's gone, they've all retired. Rossi retired, Whelan's out the door. The wage budget was absolutely slashed, so we've got rid of a lot of dead wood, and this is what we've been left with. Now, we do have, don't forget, Walter Gonzalez is back. He's got a work permit, so he's available for us, as is Hamim Tariq, who was Scottish Player of the Year last year, so good to have him in the team. And also we have Adoma Kone has got his work permit now, so he is back in the team as well. This is the formation that we're going with to start with. JSL and Gonzalez, I think they work as a good duo, as do Hogan and Wilson. So we're just gonna do like was it the treble winning team for Man United back in '99, where they kind of had Sheringham and who was he with, Scholes and York and Cole. We're going to try sort of having different partnerships, sort of horses for courses in that way. Hamim Tariq has been playing really well, really creative, so we'll keep him in that role for now. Yadanak and Lima both actually came back injured, so they're both struggling for match fitness, so we'll probably have to switch them out at half time. We have Elliott in goal right now, Ollie Day, who is our young goalkeeper, on the bench, and then Joe Coleman, when he's back, he'll be the guy on the bench. So that's sort of how we're looking at shaping up this season, and we'll rotate between the two formations. I'm sort of trying to figure out, I think if we're up against the front two, we'll play this formation. If we're up against a lone striker, we might look at playing this formation. I'm thinking that might be the best way for us to go. But anyway, let's get on with the Bournemouth game. Okay, so we can see Bournemouth here. They're lining up in a 4-4-2 as expected, so that's good. Players are in good spirits. Go out and give the fans their money's worth. And then a whole bunch of we have faiths. So I'm interested to see how this front two works out for us. I did play them like this in a couple of friendlies, and they played pretty well. So hopefully it will pay off for us. He's just being rested. Alright, it's a new season. Villa Park is jumping. Let's see what we can do here. So Tariq, a very creative player, so I'm thinking he could end up being a bit of an upgrade in there on Henry Lansbury, and Carlos Yil as well. Carlos Yil doesn't really have a place. He's sort of second choice winger, second choice playmaker, second choice in behind, probably behind Grealish. So I'm not quite sure what the future holds for him. Because if we remember last year, Bournemouth were the team that were battling with us, sort of 7th and 8th. Bournemouth, I think they're up as 3rd at one point. They were really, really trucking along well. Alright, what can we do here? Horahan with the corner, lumps it in. The new guy is So corner comes in, it's Van Drongelen, VD we'll just call him. Nice knockdown, and JSL there to tap it home. It's a good start to the season. Alright, what can we do here? Oh, that's him. No, can't quite get there. Hold them up. Look at our strikers backtracking the fullback there. Go on, Gonzalez. Come on, don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot. That's okay. This is obviously the downside to my plan, long-term plan here, is that it may take a season or two for us to actually really challenge for the Champions League places. But let me know what you think of the plan, if you think that's the realistic way to do it, or if there's another way. I'm open to suggestions, but I just don't see, if we're going to get 50 million a season to spend on transfers, I don't see how we're going to be able to buy our way in. I think we're going to have to do a little bit of building. And like I said, we do have quite a few good young players, so I think it's feasible to do it. And I think if we give them game time, that it will actually work out okay for us. And let's face it, we weren't that far away last year, and I think we already have a better team this year than we did last year, even with not making really that many signings. Things are going well, but you're capable of better. Because I think with Rick VD, he's obviously an upgrade on who did we have playing there last year? I can't even remember. But I do think we have a better team. Gonzalez is not. The Villa fans they'll turn on you, mate. You've got to put in a performance. We're not happy. Try and fire him up a little bit. I mean, in a way, it seems silly not to start with Wilson and Hogan again after what they were doing in the last season. But new toys. I want to give these guys a go. So Breed 2 is going to be our first choice right back for this year, and then we have Matt Virtue, who can play over there. Obviously, the Matty Smith that we bought from Man City can play over there as well. And I think there was somebody else who has slipped my mind right now. So we have a few options for right back. We have Taylor and we have Dimitri Mitchell, who can play on the left. Dimitri Mitchell, another one of those young guys that I think if we give game time to, may not be as good this year, but I think in future seasons we'll do better. What's Tariq got for us here? Knocks it past him. Nice ball in JSL! Oh, he's offside. I would like to see that again. I'm not sure that he was offside. Alright, let's go and encourage. We're not looking fantastic necessarily. We are dominating the game, but just individually again. Okay, so I'm thinking Yadanak, his match fitness is not there yet, so we'll look to make that change there. Maybe as more of a defensive midfielder though. Anything else we want to do? Let's maybe bring Wilson on for Gonzalez. He hasn't had the best game. I found him to be, obviously this is just in pre-season, but he's very much, he'll look like he's not doing anything and then pop up with a goal. So he's going to be I think he could be a frustrating player actually. Now JSL is looking a little tired, so we may need to look to bring him off for Hogan. What's he got here? Horahan. Can Horahan find JSL? He can. Is he going to go himself? Play in Wilson. No, over the top to Taylor. Can Taylor find anybody? No one's attacking the ball. It's out to Horahan. We still have it here. Back to Lema. Lema to Tariq. Come on, Humam. Nice ball into Wilson. Wilson! Goal! Humam Tariq with a beautiful threaded pass. He is going to be a really good player for us, I think. And then Wilson just turns off his defender. Not sure what the goalkeeper's doing, but we will take that all day long. Okay, what I want to do now is JSL is looking a little bit knackered. We'll take him off for Hogan. will look to counter-attack a bit more. There's a few players that are looking a bit tired, but it's the opening day of the season. You would expect that. But this has been a promising start to the season, considering, as I said, where Bournemouth were last year. They were, let's see if I'm going to concentrate. They were a really, really good team last year, and you can see we've really, really dominated the game. It's wonderful, wonderful stuff. Alright, so this should be it. I'll begin there. Is this going to peter out here? What's happening? There it is. Standing ovation for the boys. What a start to the season. So I think that formation does definitely work if we're facing a team that's two up top. And then I think that that's the way we'll work it. And then if we're playing a team that's just got one up top, we'll just play the two central defenders, and then we can play the wingers. Because remember too, we signed that young Scottish winger, Lewis something or other. He looked really good in pre-season as well. There we are, sitting up there in 5th already. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So what we'll do, that's it for today. I did waffle on a little bit at the start, so I don't want to make this a super long episode. What we'll do is we'll come back and we'll do maybe the Cup against Crystal Palace and Stoke. I don't want to come back for the next one for Chelsea. We'll get a little bit ahead. That way we're at the end of the month. So we'll do that, Crystal Palace, Stoke. But that's a really, really good start to the season. If you did enjoy that, do please give me a thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Like I say, typically we do 2 games just because it's the opening day of the season and we were going through the summer business. Other than that, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching, and please enjoy some of our best goals from the pre-season.
Love is what's missing. Love is what's missing.